The Markhold Principle, published 2389 by the Ministry Educational Board. Confidential and classified. Behold the hidden archives of the esteemed Ministry of Timelines. This collection of sensitive documents, carefully preserved for 154 standard years, holds the key to unlocking the enigmatic world of extratemporal interference. Exercise utmost caution, for these pages unveil the consequences that accompany tampering with the very fabric of time. As you navigate through this educational journey, the mysteries shall unravel, revealing the intricacies behind the Ministry's implementation of the Markhold Principle. Embrace this opportunity, for at the culmination of this course, a profound appreciation for the Ministry's safeguards will be yours. Remember, the veil of time must never be breached beyond these hallowed halls. Handle this knowledge with discretion, for the harmony of temporal existence hangs delicately in the balance. The Second Renaissance has begun. It is a time of great hope, innovation, and discovery. A time when humanity has risen from the ashes of a catastrophic collapse of the galaxy-spanning civilization that occurred 2,200 years ago. This collapse was so devastating that space travel became a distant memory, and the known universe fell into a dark age. Many technologies were lost, and with them, the knowledge and culture that they supported. It was a time of great suffering and chaos. But humanity refused to give up. Over time, they began to rebuild, rediscover lost knowledge, and make new breakthroughs. And then, something incredible happened. A new form of FTL technology, the hyperdrive, was invented on at least 10 different planets within the span of a few years. This breakthrough was a game changer. Suddenly, the stars were once again within reach, and humanity could begin to explore and colonize the galaxy. A new age of human expansion stands before us. But the question remains, which ideology will lead this new future? Will it be the militaristic power of the Second Human Empire, the religious zeal of the Chosen, or the democratic ideals of the Serene Republic of Khthon? These are just a few of the major powers in the galaxy that have just discovered the hyperdrive. As you know, our new ministry's mission is to observe and learn everything we can about this timeline. The factions within this galaxy have their own unique culture, history, and ideology. While this is fascinating, it also presents a challenge. Some of these factions' histories overlap, and not all of them can be true. Our task is to unravel the strands of history and together uncover the truth. We must use our skills and resources to investigate each faction's claims and piece together what really happened. This will not be an easy task, but it is one that we are uniquely qualified to undertake. Your contribution to this effort is invaluable, and we look forward to working with you as we strive to uncover the secrets of this complex and fascinating galaxy. The Chosen, as they are known, are the descendants of original colonists from the cradle of humanity. For centuries, they lived a simple life, providing the fruits of their labour to the mother planet in exchange for trade items. However, one day all contact with the homeworld and the other planets of the Republic ceased. This left them adrift and forced them into self-sufficiency. The Chosen created a military to protect themselves and learned to reverse engineer the technology they had previously been provided, by the grace of God. However, they fell into their own dark age, losing much of their knowledge and technology. The Knights, their military, kept them safe, whilst the scholars maintained the annals and secret histories. Centuries passed. The lost homeworld became little more than a legend. And then, a prophet emerged, preaching of returning to Zion and bringing humanity back to its former glory. Initially, he was ridiculed, but his followers grew in number and became the dominant religion. calling themselves the Chosen. Their core belief, as the annals discuss, is that their world was created for them. Since the time of the Prophet, the Chosen's influence now stretches across every corner of their world, and they are on a quest to reunite the lost colonies and bring their people back to the Promised Land. They are driven by their faith and the belief that they have been chosen to restore humanity to its former glory. Quadrant 16, a once thriving ringworld in the Soel system, was the centre of record keeping for the great human empire. The people of Quadrant 16 became experts in organising and storing knowledge, from scientific discoveries to political speeches. However, the cataclysm that occurred over 2,200 years ago changed everything. The planet Cassus, in orbit around the ringworld, was destroyed. This caused severe damage to the main Vault archive facility and 2 other sections. Only by chance did the ringworld manage to stabilise and not tear itself apart. This left only Quadrant 16 livable, but badly damaged. The hunger for knowledge did not change for the people of Quadrant 16, but with finite resources, draconian measures were enforced. The elderly were culled, a highly debated law. During the 23rd century since the Cataclysm, struggles in leadership and laws led to a new government led by Nagi I, also known as Darth Preceptor. His goal is to create an empire of the galaxy's smartest leaders and to bring an end to the short lives of his people. This new government seeks to expand its reach beyond Quadrant 16 and establish a powerful empire. However, not everyone agrees with Nagi's vision, and dissent may arise in the face of his technocratic rule. The Serene Republic of Khthon is a civilization built on the backs of uplifted slaves, originally created as science experiments by a lost empire. Following the Cataclysm, the people of Khthon realized they could harness the labor of these beasts to ensure their survival in the dark times that followed. As time went on, the creatures were increasingly utilized to the point where practically all mundane tasks were no longer within the realm of human responsibility. Living in the lap of luxury, the citizens of Khthon are deeply hedonistic, seeking pleasure above all else. However, from their privileged experience, they have developed strict moral codes and are deeply pacifist, believing that war is totally wrong. They believe that the old human empire fell due to its fractious infighting and destructive wars, and they seek to lead humanity into the light of peace. Led by their Doge, the Serene Republic of Khthon goes forth into the galaxy to spread their message of hope. However, it remains to be seen if their ideals will survive the harsh realities of the galaxy they now find themselves in. Will they be able to maintain their hedonistic ways whilst promoting peace and harmony amongst the stars? The Stellar Peacekeepers Union was born out of a harsh lesson learned on the planet Unity. For centuries, the settlers lived in isolation and suffered through the devastation of constant warfare. They realized that they needed a new approach to ensure their survival and prosperity, so they turned to private military companies, issuing them letters of marque to fight on their behalf, while the civilians focused on industry and commerce. However, as more and more industries saw the potential profits of war, the conflict escalated, until it finally destroyed the planet. The survivors, though, were resourceful. They adapted and moved to the orbital industrial centers, where they could continue their way of life in the harsh void of space. Now, as the Peacekeepers Union, they rule over the lawless void of the galaxy, using their mercenary armies to maintain order and ensure that the cycle of profit and violence never ends. For them, war is a way of life, and they will do whatever it takes to keep it going. Because war never changes. In the aftermath of the Cataclysm, the remnants of the old empire were left to wither away. But on the planet Dirt, a nation of survivors emerged from the rubble. They clung to their nationalistic zeal, convinced of their divine right to rule over the galaxy as the true successors of the first human empire. As time passed, the planet city of Dirt became the last bastion of their once great empire. Stripped of its outer metallic shell, the inhabitants toiled away to cultivate their meagre agricultural civilization. It was a humble existence, but they clung to the hope that one day they would rise again. And rise they did. As the centuries passed, the Second Human Empire grew in power and influence, expanding their domain to other worlds. Their semi-feudal society, with half of their technology seemingly stuck in the medieval era, was a curious mix of the old and the new. But what truly set them apart were the ancient relics of the old empire that they had discovered. With these powerful artifacts in their possession, the Second Human Empire now has the means to unite the galaxy under their banner. But will their nationalistic fervour blind them to the truths of the past? And will the rest of the galaxy bow down to their claim of Imperium? Only time will tell. When the Galactic Union of Clerks was formed, few could have predicted the heights of bureaucratic efficiency they would reach. After the fall of the previous Republic, the planet of Administration Head Office was carefully isolated. But the clerks kept the planet running with their meticulous paperwork and carefully tended gene crops. However, after centuries of running on their own, the Central Solutions Committee realised that they needed a new approach. They proposed a complete reorganisation of the government, modelled after the corporations of the Old Republic. The newly formed guilds encouraged competition between departments and allowed for generational progression. With strict population controls in place and powerful guilds like genetic idealization leading the way, the GUC thrived. Archaeoengineers scoured old reports for historical information on the Old Empire and the Great Cataclysm, leading to the development of a new FTL drive, the hyperdrive. Now, the Galactic Union of Clerks looks to the stars with the goal of unifying the disparate human cultures in the galaxy. With their knowledge of successful long-term administration, they hope to bring order and stability to a chaotic universe. But as they venture further from their homeworld, they may discover that the precision cogs and efficient paperwork that served them so well on Administration Head Office may not be enough to navigate the complex web of alliances and conflicts that await them. The Utopian Imperium, founded by the Prophet, first disciple of the Great Zarklan, is one of the major powers that has emerged during the Second Renaissance. The Utopians are a space civilization that once struggled to survive on their now irradiated and ruined homeworld. The teachings of the Great Zarklan granted them unfathomable knowledge, but it was too much for them to handle, leading to numerous wars that has now left their planet in ruins. However, the Utopians persevered and rebuilt their civilization, using wisdom left behind by Zarklan. They elevated themselves to be amongst the stars and embarked on a journey to rebuild their empire, find the traces of their first great prophet, and spread his wisdom amongst the stars. Their ultimate goal is to find the great Zarklan himself and show him that his teachings have been maintained and spread throughout the galaxy. The Utopian Imperium's ruler, the Prophet, united non-believers through force to create this new utopia. Some in the galaxy might doubt their origins, but the Utopians remain steadfast in their pursuit of spreading the great Zarklan's wisdom. In the grand halls of the Alarian palace, the aristocratic elite discuss this new era of their empire. The Emperor's advisors, the most powerful nobles on the planet, talk in hushed tones about the conquest of the galaxy. For centuries, Alaria had been a divided world, but it had taken only a few short years for the Emperor to unify the planet under one ruler. The Alarian Renaissance was in full swing, and the Emperor's power is now absolute. The police state is thriving, ensuring that citizens remain loyal and obedient to this new regime. The priests, who had played a key role in the reunification of Alaria, now hold a position of great influence within the Empire. They preach that their authority is sacrosanct. They wield the divine right to crown the Emperor, and that it is their divine duty to guide the people. As the people of Alaria look out now to the stars, they dream of reclaiming the Galactic Empire that was once theirs. They believe that it is their birthright to rule over the galaxy, and that those who had rebelled against them in the past would face the wrath of their retribution. The future of the Alarian Galactic Empire is uncertain, but the noble houses and the priests are united in their belief that their empire and their emperor is destined for greatness. The Khiteron Star Assembly had a turbulent past, but its present is prosperous and unified. It is a society built on the idea of legacy, where every Khiteron aspires to leave behind something that will be remembered long after they are gone. They owe this way of life to Marwan Eriksson, the first Paragon who led them to Khithos after the collapse of the Old Empire, and also gave them the Eriksson Doctrine. In Khiteron society, science and culture are the key to legacy, and the pursuit of religion or spirituality is heavily discouraged. The Khiterons see themselves as rational beings, removed from any belief in deities. They hold their death chroniclers in the highest esteem, these custodians of the Paragon's achievements, who record every Khiteron's legacy in the Sanctuary of Repose. The people of Khiteron are relatively peaceful, but they are not naive. They know the galaxy is a dangerous place, and they are prepared to defend themselves. Now united and prosperous, the Khiteron Star Ascendancy looks up to the stars, seeking to expand their legacy beyond Khithos. They are determined to leave their mark on the galaxy, to be remembered as a society that values science, culture, and peace above all else. The Children of Enlightenment, a civilization born out of rebellion and perseverance, now stands as a beacon of hope for all those who seek freedom and equality. Once a world ruled by despots and dictators, Enlightenment was transformed by a revolutionary front that fought for liberty, equality, and technological advancement. Their success was not easily won, as a global conflict tore the planet apart, but the people's determination prevailed in the end. As this revolutionary front took power, they redirected their newfound authority into building a communalist society, where all burdens were shared equally. This commune cult-style mindset formed the backbone of their new government. The Council of the First was elected to give direction in this quest for equality. The community worked tirelessly to bring every fellow man to an equal status, providing medical care to those that suffered grievous injuries and creating housing and communities for those that had been fighting for so long. Their pursuit of equality did not stop there. Technological advancements were made, and their society started embracing the use of mech suits to aid in the rebuilding process. Limbs lost in battle were replaced with mechanical options, nearly indistinguishable in function from biological limbs. This push towards augmentation was just the beginning of a development cycle that would eventually lead to a society of mechanists. The Children of Enlightenment were never boastful about their accomplishments. Instead, they knew that their great commune was created together, and that if it ever ended, it would be together. Now, they stand as a beacon of hope in the galaxy, a society that values shared burdens, a sense of community, and the pursuit of technological advancement. As these factions vie for dominance, they will encounter new challenges and make new discoveries. They will explore new worlds, encounter new species, and confront new threats. The Second Renaissance promises to be a time of great excitement and opportunity. So, join us as we embark on this epic journey through the galaxy, as we witness the rise and fall of civilizations, the clash of ideologies, and the birth of new cultures. The Second Renaissance is here, and it is up to us to shape its future. Let the great experiment begin. In the chapters yet to unfold, we shall delve deeper into the intricate tapestry of ministry intercession. Prepare yourself for a profound exploration of temporal intricacies. As we conclude this section, I expect your anticipation lingers for the forthcoming chapters, where the Second Renaissance timeline awaits our scrutiny. Prepare for its unveiling in the pages that follow as we unravel the secrets that lie beyond the veil of time. Signed, Herbert Higginbottom, Grand Professor of Temporal Dynamics.